Malcolm and Marie. I watched the movie. I found it interesting. I mean, the whole movie was pretty much them arguing, right? I saw Divine Feminine in that sense, I believe. Stand up for herself. Divine Masculine wanting to celebrate after being dismissive of her role in his life. And her feeling a way about it, but also in the same instance, because obviously her role is one that has been accepted out of love, it seems, that he does well, is struggling with the fact that it is his night. I think, from what I was observing, my opinion, right? And what she felt also concerning herself, like trying not to disinvalidate what should be or what she would want it to be for, I think, the both of them, because him doing well should be that she's doing well if they're a unit, if they are in marriage to one another. Partnership is another word. Working together is another word. As you say, it should not be against, right? But if you're going to neglect the fact that I matter too, or my voice, or my role, or the subtle, the big, the in-between that I do to keep things going in a positive manner, then fuck you. Subtly. Her not opening her legs was like a subtle, not so subtle for him, because I just kept seeing that he wanted what he wanted, and just when he thought he was gonna get, she was like, now that I think about it. And there was a lot of cruel sword fighting. I felt I didn't like it, in the sense of more towards her, I felt, but she could take it. I was really looking at her. She got in the water. When he got through running his mouth, she was in that water being cleansed. Water comes in different forms, but symbolically wise, she was in the water. I think when he was saying some mighty tough things to her, I mean some rude shit, I'm like, damn. But I also know this, that he did not get what he planned on either. What she wanted, and the disappointment that she felt by him neglecting to give her thanks before, I guess, the public. Not so much that I got that it was public thanks, it was just, you did do all these things for other people, and I don't mind that, but come on now, are you dumb? Maybe not. Maybe that was his way of continuing to dominate her. In the DOM sense, But what I saw was intriguing, but I was waiting on her to leave, I was like, should she just go? But then again, there was a part of me that just respected her process and her ability to take on such a task, because I felt like he was a piece of work. We'll just put it that. I was going to say a piece of shit, but I'm going to say a piece of work. I'm going to say a piece of work. I guess I still said it. I still said piece of shit and I said piece of work. But one that I think was worth it to her to deal with in that sense. And she acknowledged her own growth, I feel. She said, she was thanking herself. She was giving him examples of what he could have done. But in the end, it was still her saying out and validating, this is what I've been doing towards you. And it would have been nice if you would have not forgotten to do it yourself. I'm just putting it out there type of energy, you schmuck. But I don't know. I felt it's recognizable. I'll just put it that way. I'm not going to say I will watch it again. I'm not saying it's high on my list of things. Although I would say a person that is thinking about relationship, and especially to those who may have a certain type of job to do, would find it educational, perhaps. I don't know about whether or not you would want to deal with such, if you would want to deal with things like that. Every circumstance calls for a certain stamina. Can you hang? Can you not hang? I just saw 707 and 711 again. 711 has been a huge angel number. It's been one that has been following me around. And so if it's doing that to me, then it may be doing that to you. And that sums up to a 9. And 9 is about, to me, change, spiralic. It can go up or it can go down. It can go in and it can go out. But it is, to me, causing a shift in perspective. But whatever it is spiritual, and it's intended, again, to bring forth growth. I think mirroring that 311. But spiritually, then there's a growth when you're 311, like, it's divine. It's something that can be expansive, long as you stay aligned with divine, your mama and your daddy. We've talked about that, and what they will cause you to see. And then there's the notion that sometimes whatever is happening, that may be different, that's bringing you into some type of alignment, may feel topsy-turvy, but is abundant. Because I just saw 855, which that's, again, another 9, but 855 is supposed to be the signifier of abundant change, abundant endings that bring forth abundant new beginnings. Like, it's probably a lot going on, because we got 5 and 5, that's 10 next to the 8. Okay, so some cycles are closing now, but it's for the benefit of all. Hopefully, that's what you would want, right? So, yeah. But back to Malcolm and Marie. Or is it Marie and Malcolm? I don't know. It's a movie. Some things she brought up, you know, she says, you don't think I'm a problem truly, but you want to talk to me like I'm a problem. Evidently I'm not a problem, but you want to kind of like when I don't do it as you would want me to do it, or if I open my mouth to say, you know, that's a little fucked up, you want to handle me like I am trying to cause you issues. And maybe so, where it needs to go. You know, when I say issues, I'm thinking about endings, because we said wisdom brings forth death. Death cuts out foolish conversation or foolish actions. So it doesn't want to do things that don't make sense. Not long term, because it's going to irritate wisdom. And I feel like she was irritated with the fact that he wanted what he wanted, and she was supposed to just go along with it. And the fact that she was breaking through that to be like, no, you know, never mind. I still have this on my mind. And it occurred all the way up to the morning, where it still was solidified. You don't get to have what you want from me while negating who I am. And it's not, you know, so to speak, a punishment. It's just a realization for myself. She was still there, which I felt like he was lucky. She was standing there, because I was wondering, you know, when they see, I was like, did she get her shit and go? It's kind of a little mysterious, right? And you still, I mean, it just shows him going to where she was, and we don't know. Maybe the conversation continues on and they go their separate ways, because we can't do this because I don't agree, you know, or she just be like, whatever. So Malcolm and Marie and Malcolm. But I saw that she was still standing there, and he was able to go out the house and go to where she was standing. It looked pretty. It was desertous wherever they were, but it was pretty nonetheless. And I think the fact that she was standing there alone, soaking up, I think, something else, and he had to go out there to where she was, and him still not getting what he wanted from the night, just signified, like I said, her self-worth. Or maybe she was still contemplating and building on that reason why she's up, you know, early. She's meditating outside, and like I said, him coming outside to where she was. Interesting. And like I said, her relationship with him, it's her relationship. People handle things a different, you know, way or whatever. But I felt like she handled the circumstances well, in my opinion, of when you actually do care and you're having a battle, you know. I've been there, I've done there, where I would have the conversation and it can go into a low point and I'm taking it on or whatever, and because I want to, you know, it's still some care there. Otherwise, it wouldn't be no conversation, you know. And so, silence, even in the form of action, because, you know, I was talking about Judith in the other video. she silenced materials for a while because of something she was feeling as a symbol of what she was feeling and grieving over.
Lulu.
And
Lulu.
yes,
You don't want